company, I tell you what, we have got a massive show tonight. I wouldn't be going anywhere.
No.
There is a lot of news kicking around, Jim Boy, so stand by, including the Essendon Footy Club. Their situation continues to develop. Damien Barrett with the very latest, a significant development tonight.
Oh, I tell you what, we always have big panellists. Tonight, this is enormous.
Yep.
We've got the big man from Adelaide, Tex Walker, is going to be with us tonight.
I tell you, Jim, I've never seen a more nervous man.
Well, Gary, if that's not big enough, because he is one of the big power forwards, he has got the mullet. It's off tonight. He is going to be bald by the end. 60 grand jumped in for charity.
Looking forward to that. Of course, going to catch up with Shane Crawford, who is literally, Jim, in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
We can't get a link in. We're going to go and Skype him, but he is 2/3 of his way to Western Australia, so looking forward to catching up with Crawford.
Hey, and speaking of big things, Gary, we're going to reenact tonight one of the great moments in the history of football. That's when you, at the Western Oval, broke your leg and were carried off in a stretcher and howled like a baby. So, Gary, we go out there tonight when you do. Thousands are going to be out there. It's windy and cold, so sucked in, and it's going to be fantastic for everyone watching.
We'll see how we go with the weather on that, Jim. And I can tell you tonight, Street Talk comes from the beautiful city of Adelaide, Rundle Mall style, Jim, and it doesn't let you down. So I've got a massive show. Let's get started.
Company, it is windy and cold here in Melbourne, so no better place to be than in front of the footy show. And let's get the panel involved in this show. And I mentioned they're big people, these ones. Big power forwards, two of them, and then one of the best defenders in football. Let's get started with the Tiger, the Coleman medalist superstar, Jack Riewoldt, is on the footy show. Oh, and I spoke about this man. Huge presence in football from Adelaide, the Texan, Big Tex Walker. Have a look at the Texan. And from Hawthorn, one of the best looking men in football, a superstar himself, Josh Gibson. Look at Gibbo.
Take your time, Gibbo. Just milk the audience a little bit.
Enjoy it.
Before I get the Foss out, have a look at the locks on the Texan.
Well,
big
you better be enjoying them because they got minutes left.
And the man who's about to do the heavy work, of course, is the biggest name in football, in television, the 300-game superstar from Geelong. Please welcome him, John Sammy Newman. That's not a nice warm welcome for
Gary,
you.
I was feeling down. That's lifted me. That wouldn't you love to be booed every time you came to perform?
What, Joe Watson style?
Joe Watson. A lesson, a warning to you Port Power people. If you want to awaken the sleeping giant, just keep booing him and boo him a lot. Because if you boo him a lot, he's getting the ball a lot.
You responded beautifully. Are you going to respond to that, or is it going to flatten you a bit?
No, mate, I'm up. That's just that when I...
Let's give it another round, just to really get him going.
It seems to come naturally to them.
Oh, it's fantastic. And he must be delighted that people... I wonder if the AFL are going to ban booing shortly.
I wouldn't have thought so, no.
Just before I start, could I just say this about Damien Barrett? Because I've got a different opinion about Essendon than Damien.
We know.
But you should not chastise Damien Barrett. He is the best in the business and he deals in facts. I deal in opinions. So don't
I wouldn't think
stick a rod into him.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he'd worry about that. That's a bit like the booing. When you're breaking stories that people don't want to know about, then...
Now, I noticed a couple of... mainly one, the paper you write for, that big one, that's now about that big and could possibly be that big.
The Age, wonderful publication.
Said that Essendon were guinea pigs. The only guinea pigs, or people that look like guinea pigs, are the hamsters on the treadmill at that publication. Drugs, they would know about drugs. They're just a giant crack house, that joint. Now, honestly and truly, and this is an opportunity
Careful.
for the Crack House.
This is Gary's publication. He
I
works for
could
them.
be on him as well. This is an opportunity for the AFL to get on the front foot and not take any notice of dysfunctional agencies. See this for what it is. This Essendon have been a soft target by agencies trying to get a hit
I understand
on someone.
your opinion on that.
And if they take the points off Essendon or take the medal off Joe Watson, they have been got at. That'd be the weakest decision you could do because Essendon say they have done nothing wrong and had counsel that they could do what they did.
Well, hold fire on that because Damien Barrett will be out a little later with some developments on that. Let's get to the panel. Jack Revolt joins us. Wonderful to have him here too from the team. You don't want to wade into that one, do you, Jack?
No, I'll steer clear of the Essendon saga.
Now, what about the Tigers, mate? You're going beautifully. 6 on the ladder, 13 games in. This is going to be it. Finally, the year. The Tigers are going to be there, aren't they? You can declare it now.
Oh, I don't know about declaring it now, Gary, but we've definitely set ourselves up for a really important 2 months for our football club. And 9 and 4 and 4 in the row is really important. But focusing on Jim's mob this week against North at Etihad on Saturday. And we're excited to be going out there and playing against a side that probably should be higher than they are on the ladder.
Righto, what about this? Lots of speculation. Talk about media organisations. Through the week, some speculation that you refuse to commit to the Richmond Footy Club and say when you're going to sign, therefore you're heading out of town and wandering away. Now, what can you say about that?
Bit of a storm in the teacup there, Gary.
What happened?
I do love the football club and probably a little bit misquoted yesterday, but I love the Richmond Football Club. Ever since I walked through the doors there at Punt Road, I sort of bleed yellow and black. And at the moment, we're just trying to sort out the finer details of my contract, and I'm looking forward to signing a new contract with Richmond and being there for hopefully the rest of my career. And I'm planning on doing that, so hopefully they don't get rid of me. So that's...
there you go. Emphatic.
It's just all it is at the moment. It's sorting out those finer details. We've had a lot of players come out of contract. We've had a change of football operations manager, so it's been a bit of a sort of tough time for the club to sort all that stuff out, and hopefully for the Richmond faithful out there that I can be putting pen to paper soon and we can have some great news.
So no drama. Anyone from other clubs perhaps made a little polite inquiry?
Nibble?
Oh, look, I don't know about that. They go through
Your
Liam
manager?
Pickering and my
Pickers?
management, a strategic group.
So
He's got his
pass that
hands
on
full
to
with
your
Buddy at
Pickers?
the moment as well. So look, if they go through them, they go through him. I don't hear about that. I focus solely on playing football for Richmond and this
How
week.
were you misquoted? You said you were how did they misquote you?
Oh, I don't know. I've
you
just been
said-
told that I was misquoted, Sam. So
So you have no idea what you're talking about here.
I've got zero idea apparently. So no, set it straight. I love the club and really hoping to put pen to paper soon and get on board.
That is great news for the Tigers, and you wouldn't want to be leaving the Richmond Footy Club, why would you? They're on the verge of something pretty special, as is, speaking of special...
Look at this man.
This man, Tex Walker, for the very first time on the Footy Show. Welcome in.
Good, thanks, boys.
You feeling all right? You a little nervous?
I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Yep, a little bit nervous.
Everything good with the knee? How's that tracking? You've had the surgery, you're getting around okay?
Yeah, getting around just nice. Got the car back this week. Don't put that on, I don't want to watch that.
It's not good to look at, is it?
I don't know why they replay that kind of stuff.
Mate, yeah, you're talking to me, mate. It's still going. 20 years ago I broke mine, they're still going.
Yeah.
But the doctor's report was great. They're all happy with it?
Yeah, very good. The surgeon said it come up really well, and been 2 months now. So good to get back in the car on Monday and get a little bit of my independence back.
And the brace is annoying hell out of you, Tex. We'll just be honest. You've got to wear this thing around your knee and that's not agreeing with you?
Nah, not at all, mate. Couple of sleepless nights in bed, but yeah, we'll get there.
Well, let's hope those sleepless nights have been appeased by your partner in crime at home, and that's, of course, Bernard Vince. We spoke to you on a link, the two of you, and we're fascinated by some of the beautiful artwork you had at the house. Have a look at that. Just a bit of memorabilia from your own club on the wall. Why is that there, please, Texan?
Oh, Bernie got it given to him for a gift and wanted to stick it up on the wall, and there it is.
Tell me this: how long have you been growing the locks? Because let's cut to the chase. You raised over 60 grand, and we'll have a talk about that a little bit later. But how long has it been going?
I reckon it's been about 2 years now. Myself and Ivan, and actually Bernie started as well, but he sooked it out and cut it off. So it's just myself and Ivan.
Now, Tex, I've been down at our friend that Gary sprung, the barber.
Yes.
John, is it?
Yes.
I'm dexterous with my hands. I've had a 2-week training course in shaving bald. So don't worry when I attack you, mate. I know what I'm doing. Just grin and bear it, because that's what I'll be doing. And I don't want you to fidget or wriggle, because I might cut a scalp.
You're surrounded by a couple of blokes who are also pretty familiar with hairstyles. And Jack, I mean, if Sam can't get the job done, you could do it, because this is you just giving Sammy a little bit of a touch-up last year.
Yeah, some of my finest work last year. It's fair to say that it came out pretty easy when I just had to... Didn't even have the clippers on, I just run them through there and it started falling out, Sam, so...
That's what you got to look forward to, Tex. And then Gibbo, with Josh Gibson from the Hawthorn Footy Club. Great to have you here, Gibbo. That's the sort of stuff, I mean, where you get that one sorted.
Wowza.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, the clipper's busted halfway through, so it's not pretty, that, is it?
You look like a swarthy version of Michael Caine tonight.
Thank you.
You know who Michael Caine is?
No, I have no idea who that is.
Hey,
Best actor in the business. Mate.
I just got to jump in here before we get back to Gibbo. Just being spoken to in my ear, there is a very big footy story that is about to break, and it is developing as we speak. And I'm being told right now, Samuel, that Damien Barrett will be out here within the next couple of minutes, and he will tell us about this story. It involves the Collingwood Footy Club. So in the next 2 or 3 minutes, Damien Barrett to join us, and he will let us know exactly what's happening there.
All right, well, before we get to that, and that is sounding important,
very good, Gary.
let's have a look at Gibbo from the weekend. This is commitment. If you think that football's not a tough game, there he is going back with the flight for a start, and then his legs taken out from underneath him and just landed on the old bonce.
Wow.
Now, everything all right, Gibbo?
Neck's still a little bit stiff, mate, but yeah, it doesn't look pretty. But no, I'm okay. I've been able to train this week and looking forward to playing on the weekend.
And sleeping, as I understand it, in a neck brace?
Yeah, I've got the neck brace on at night, which is just make it a little bit more comfortable for when I'm sleeping, but yeah.
So,
Gary, what?
Gary, this is...
No, it is. I'm serious about this. We'll get to
would he be out now?
No, he's here. We'll get to him in a minute. Your courage in that situation is something that we should never forget for footy. And Jack, you also show enormous courage on the footy field. And this caught our eye from early in the year. Look how you got pushed over savagely here. And you got up and you said, what the hell's going on? Let's have a look at it from behind here, Jack. Who exactly was pushing you there, Jack?
What happened there is I was letting them know that I'd actually pushed Jake Carlisle on the back and was giving umpires a bit of a hand there, but yeah, courageous like Gibbo, that one. Yeah.
All right, well, just hold fire, boys, if you wouldn't mind, because this has literally just happened, and we can welcome now for the first time, as Sam rightfully pointed out, the best newsman in the business, Damien Barrett. Welcome, Damo.
Thank you, guys. Guys, that story tonight is that there has been a major fallout between Harry O'Brien of Collingwood and his coach, Nathan Buckley. It stems from an incident at the club earlier in the week, and we understand that Harry O'Brien overheard a conversation between Nathan Buckley and his coaching panel, and something was said in that conversation that Harry took offence at and exchanged words with Nathan Buckley as a result, and left the club that day furious with what had happened. We've been unable to prove, actually, if he's returned in any great sense of mind space at the moment. We've been trying to get onto the CEO, the coach, and also the player concerned, Harry O'Brien, without luck tonight, and we hope we're able to do so before I come back later on. Harry O'Brien will be missing tomorrow night's game with an ankle injury, and that is a serious ankle injury, but he's got other issues to deal with between himself and his coach as well.
So, Damo, we're going to let you go. This has just come to hand, so you're going to go and work the phones again, hopefully hear from someone at the Collingwood Footy Club. But major fallout between Harry O'Brien and Nathan Buckley.
Yeah, early in the week, guys, again, conversation that was overheard by Harry and he took offence at and has not taken kindly to it and is dealing with it as we speak. OK,
you go and get back on the phone. You'll be out a little later with that Essendon story as well. Damien Barrett, we appreciate that. Breaking news there on Harry O'Brien and Nathan Buckley. Let's go to that game. It is a massive one. Carlton taking on Collingwood. It is tomorrow night at the MCG. And the importance of this cannot be overstated. The Carlton Footy Club are ninth on the ladder, 6 wins and 7 losses. Carazzo and Murphy come back into the side. Big ins, as does McInnes, White, Bootsma and Scotland out injured. Gibbs 120 Supercoach points. And the Magpies are in 8th position, only one ahead. The Carlton Footy Club, they went down to Port Adelaide by 35 points last week. Cracker back into the side. Ben Reid, Clinton Young from the Hawthorn Footy Club and Jared Witts. Out go Lynch, O'Brien, we've heard about. Russell's been omitted, as has Kyle Martin. It is so significant, so many little subplots to this story, of course. Mick Malthouse coaching against his old side, and so much on the line too, Jack.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Gary, a couple of huge ins for the Carlton Football Club, Murphy and Carazzo. Carazzo has been sort of on that borderline. He's been in and been late omissions, but I think those 2 wins will help Carlton get over the line. It's great to have their captain back, and I reckon Carlton will do a number on Collingwood.
Righto, Tex. What do you reckon? You've been watching a bit of footy, mate. I reckon you would have cast your eye over these two sides.
Yeah, I reckon that Carlton can stop Clark, then they don't have many other goal kickers, so I'm going to tip Carlton.
Ooh, 2 for the Bulls.
Yeah, totally agree. I think Mick's going to have the goods to help his new side get over the top of Collingwood, who they've struggled against in the past. So it's the Blues for me.
3 for Carlton. Listen, where are you, Forsell? You've tipped Carlton to finish on top of the ladder, of course, pre-season.
That's correct, Gary.
So who are you tipping?
Might have been extravagant in that, but...
Mick's back up to his feisty best. He was at the press conference today. He's up for this contest.
Now, Harry O'Brien will be a big loss because he's a very good footballer. Been very opinionated, Harry, in recent weeks with Eddie and the coach. I don't know what you could possibly say behind Harry's back that would make someone leave the club.
I'm not sure it was behind his back, but anyway, we'll wait.
Say to him then.
Okay.
I mean, honestly and truly.
No,
you can't be frank with... I don't know what that's about, but that seems...
Well, let's not speculate, Force, until we know a little more.
No, well, all right, let's not speculate. Well, then I think Collingwood will lift and beat Carlton. Even though Carlton will be finishing on top of the ladder, I think this could be just a minor hiccup in their quest for the top rung.
Collingwood and Carlton will be playing for the Richard Pratt Cup. This is it here. It is one of the most significant trophies in football, not only because of what it represents, but the bloody size of it. Have a look, it's enormous. It is, of course, unbelievable former Blues president and philanthropist Richard Pratt passed away from prostate cancer, Force, in 2009, and the match aims to raise awareness for prostate cancer. So it is fantastic, and we congratulate everyone, Collingwood and Carlton, for what they do for this amazing cause. So there it is, the Richard Pratt Cup.
It was interesting that Nathan Buckley through the week, who almost guaranteed that his side would lift for this game and said that they'll come out. So on that basis, I'm backing the Collingwood Footy Club to get the job.
You and I
both. Not great confidence, but...
No, none of us have.
Not playing the certainty card.
No,
Now,
I'm not either. I hope you noticed.
All right then, Force.
Gary.
Yes.
A very important business for you tonight too, and that is something we set up last week after Gary stuffed up his certainty. He tipped against Port again for the second time in the year, and they got over the Swans. So what Gary's going to be doing tonight, and it is magnificent, ladies and gentlemen, because the weather in Melbourne couldn't be worse. 100-kilometre winds expected, sideways rain, real uncomfortable for our mate. Shut up, Gary. Our main man here to go out and reenact one of the most significant moments in football in the past 100 years, and that is, shut up, Gary, 1987, when he went over with a broken leg and then sooked it up on the stretcher to the point where none of us could quite believe. Here he is. So, Gary.
Courageous.
I said very courageous.
I actually did break my leg. Let's
Yeah, I know, but there's been some other guys that have broken their legs.
Yeah, on drugs they got straight
Tex,
away.
you haven't seen that vision much. What are your thoughts of it?
Oh, I did one there and then I walked off. I don't know.
Getting laced by the Texan.
The Texans had a piece of it.
I'm the only friend over here.
I had a vasectomy, then ran home from the hospital.
Let's actually show the broken leg so we can see that there was some pain involved.
No, we won't be doing that, Gary. Let's get out to the Western Oval, because out there, Whitten Oval I should say, out there is a man who was stoic in the face of a similar injury, former Bulldogs and Richmond star Nath Brown, and our own Willis Brownless. Here we are, boys.
The Hairy Carnival, it's all happening out here. Whitten Oval, it's beautiful conditions. We've got a lovely carnival, and I'm with one of the doggies' favourites, Nath Brown. Welcome.
Oh, thanks, Bill. This is where it all started. They love me out here, don't you?
Oh, yeah, much love, Nathan Brown. Now, Jim, we're out here for one reason and one reason only. And as you said, it all happened round 22, 1987. Have a look at it again here. He's at this very oval. There he is. Carrying on like an idiot, like a banshee. Have a look at him, a squealing pig. Carrying on. Come on, Gary. You're better than that. Fair dinkum.
Shut up.
And of course, there's some synergy here because no, you also broke your leg.
Possibly the most opposite reaction you could have to Gary, and I thought maybe I was stoic on that.
You were. Have a look at him here. No worries. He just gets carried off. Nothing carrying on like you did, Gary. but we've got a carnival out here. It's all happening, and we've got some magnificent rides.
What's happening,
Have a
Bill?
look at this one, Gaz. You'll love this one. The hairy-go-round. The hairy-go-round.
And then, Gaz, the next one we've got is the monobrow tightrope.
good one.
Get down here and you walk on the tightrope. There we go.
Good one.
That's your eyebrow. That's your eyebrow.
Yeah, good one.
That's it, Bill.
Okay, Croft's here. What about this one, Gaz? You'll love this one. Hairy floss.
That's it.
That's beautiful. That's terrible.
And then, Gaz-
Brownie's got something else
And
here.
Gaz, the last one and the best one
This'll be
is
good.
the Gary Line leg breaker. We have a look. It's a bit like a bucking bull. My man John, you're going to get up there and get on there and show us how it's done.
A fucking bull, you said. Here he
Yeah.
is, look. And you fall off. Guess what? You fall off and break your leg. That's what happens.
That's it, good,
mate,
Bill.
it's all happening. All happening out here at
Yep.
Western Oval or Whitten Oval. What's your address,
So
Brownie?
what we need, people to get down here, 417 Barclay Street in Footscray. Come down, get your face on TV, lock your cars when you get down here. It's a great
And
night.
guess who'll be here? The one and only. Gary Line will be here
You will
in
be.
person. Get dressed up as Gazzy. Get down here, get his autograph, get a photo. He'll love it.
Yes, good on you, Bill.
Gary,
What?
never have I seen a man looking forward more to doing a challenge. It's
Well,
right
well,
up your alley, this one.
That, and then what we decided on with that will be the end of it, and that's the only
End
reason
of
I'm
what?
going, the broken leg thing.
What
And
do you mean?
The vision is
Well, you're
blind.
saying we won't play it again after tonight.
No, that is...
What do you think of that, Foot?
Well, I won't go then.
Well, we will say we won't play it then. That's what we'll say.
Oh, we're going to take a break. There'll be 4 people down there. It's about 3 degrees.
He's sweating
I am
up. Look at him,
sweating.
he's
It's
got
bloody
sweat
hot.
and on his
And
face.
we're going to take a break. Shane Crawford, in the middle of nowhere, joins us next on the Footy Show.
Tonight on the Footy Show, 3 words. Adelaide Street Talk. The enforcer roughs them up in the Rundle Mall.
Take one street if you don't trust it.
allowed to do this?
We preview all the big round 15 games, including the top of the table clash. Will the Hawks break the Kennett curse? Or will Jeff and Clarko come to blows again? We reveal all the big stars who'll line up for another cracking EJ Whitten Legends game. Fevolution! And don't forget, Big Texan is having his mullet shaved completely off.
Is it?
Your Adelaide fans are very excited, Tex.
Doesn't matter why you're going to get cut off, as long as that mullet is gone, it's for the best.
Business in the front, party in the back. Mullets are real.
Next, we catch up with Croft on the Nullarbor Desert. With over 1,000 Ks still to go, will the little champ make it to Perth? And later, possibly the highlight of the Footy Show's 20-year reign, Gary will recreate the stretcher incident live from the Whitten Oval. Suck it up, hairy man. That's all tonight on the Footy Show.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. Shane Crawford left Crown Casino 2 weeks ago. He is 2,600 kilometres into his 3,600 kilometre journey. Jim, I was at a function last night. I spoke to a cyclist who's been doing long rides for most of his life, and he said he can't make it. On the sort of preparation that he's had to do the sorts of things that he's doing, he won't get there. And I said to him, well, you don't know this bloke, because once he puts his mind to it, then nothing's impossible. He's touching hearts and minds across the country, and we've never been prouder of him. And he joins us from literally, as I said at the top of the show, the middle of nowhere, Balladonia. There's a bit of a delay here, of course, but please welcome Shane Crawford to the Footy Show. That is where he is.
Hello, Gary.
Now, I said, I think last week when we crossed your show, it's a stupid question, I know, but we need to understand it. You're on the massage table as we speak, 2 weeks into it. How are you feeling mentally and physically?
Feel incredible, amazing. No, not too good actually. My backside's a bit sore, but I'm feeling physically okay. Today wasn't great. We got about 181 k's down the road today, and the winds were pretty tough. The straightest road in Australia, and it's not a good day to have a headwind when you're going down the straightest road. We left Kajuna this morning, and we are now in a place called Balladonia, and all it is a roadhouse and nice people, of course. So it's been a bit of a journey. We've met some interesting characters along the way. that certainly have broken up the day. A couple of cross-dressers, which I wasn't expecting in the middle of nowhere. Met the Nullarbor nymph, a lady who ran out of the bushes, and she virtually said, "I'm the Nullarbor nymph," and then she ran back into the bushes. And that was pretty much it.
Didn't have the energy to chase
certainly
her, Shane?
makes it very interesting. No, I just wanted to keep going, very much so. And I met a very inspiring man called Tom Dennis, who, what about this? He is running around the world. He's 24,000 Ks in already. He's doing his last leg across the Nullarbor to Melbourne and then to Sydney. And what an inspiring man. So meeting some wonderful people along the way.
I'll leave you to it. See you.
Righto. Okay, Croft, mate, we saw in the highlights the amount of people that are actually getting around you on the side of the road, mate, and the Tour de France is obviously on at the moment. Just wondering if you've had any injuries, like we saw in the Tour de France. If you look at the bottom of your right here, guy running side there, and someone hooks him. No injuries to the fans, mate?
No, just the backside, getting a little bit sore. And I'm so proud that I've been able to inspire those guys over at the Tour de France to get up and show a bit of ticker, so it's been good.
Hey, Shane, the question I get asked so many times is, there must be people riding with you, there must be people in front of you to break up the wind, you can't do this on your own. Answer that question for everyone watching.
I've been joined by so many people along the side of the roads. Little kids want to join with me, whether it be females joining in at times, whether it be some of my support crew. That certainly helps big time.
No, but I'm talking about
most
people
of the
on
time,
bikes.
You just got to get on the bike and keep moving down the highway. What?
I'm talking about people on a bike. There's no one in front of you on a bike breaking the wind up so that you're being assisted in any way.
No. It's just me, and I have the doc riding with me as well, who's someone who keeps me entertained, makes sure that I'm not getting in front of the road trains. I tell you what, those road trains, they hammer along the highway, and it's very important to have obviously a support crew making sure we get safely across to the other side.
I hate to say this, Shane, but I'm about to nominate you. I don't know what the protocol is. I'm about to nominate you as Australian of the Year, only if you get there. Can you get there, man?
I will, absolutely. That's what I'm doing. And I'm not too far away. I'm only about 7 days away, and there's no stopping me. So I can see the finish line, even though it's 1,000 Ks away.
Well, Shane, stay lying there and listen up, because the support you've received from corporate Australia has been quite extraordinary, and we've got more to announce tonight. Let's start with Snooze. We've got Gibbo over there. Thanks to everyone at Snooze, 10 grand getting on board. Snooze can help you, of course, take the guesswork out of buying a bed. Thank you very much to Snooze.
Now, I met these people. Johnson Health Tech Australia, $10,000. Matrix Fitness. The brand of Johnson Health Tech, a global leader in the manufacturing and supply premium fitness equipment. Foss and I did Latrobe's biggest ever blokes lunch. It was a barbecue for prostate cancer, and that's where we met those blokes. Great blokes, and 10 grand is much appreciated.
And speaking of 10 grand, GB Galvanising Services have jumped in. Victoria's largest galvaniser, been protecting steel and servicing customers Australia-wide for 30 years. Thank you very much to GB Galvanising.
Now, what about this? Dor Sonia last week donated $10,000. A leading producer and supplier of delicious fine foods, including quality ham and bacon products. Well, their chief executive, Brad Thomason, joins us tonight. Where's Bradley?
Where's Bradley? Over here. Thanks, Gary.
How are you, Bradley?
How are you? I'm very well, thank you.
You're a champion. You donated 10 grand already.
Sorry, mate?
You are a champion for donating $10,000.
Well, it's our pleasure. Look, Sonia's very privileged to be involved with such a fantastic project, and particularly in Shane's efforts, which are inspirational. And not only to those with breast cancer, but also to those like us who want to help. And it's through the support of our customers, both in Western Australia, widely Western Australia, and the East Coast, and our magnificent staff, that tonight I'm able to say to you with great pleasure, Sonia's prepared to donate another $15,000, making our total now $25,000. And to the Tour de Croft and Breast Cancer Australia, so it's our privilege to be a part of it.
And we're absolutely delighted. That is a $25,000 donation, and when we get to Perth, the Dorsonia products are going to get a workout when Croft gets there.
I'm here to take Christmas orders if anybody wants to know. Hams, bacon. We're here.
Right, Bradley.
We're ready to go.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. What a start, Jim.
Gary, as a man who grew up in the West, I was brought up on Dorsonia, and that's why I'm such a big bastard. So don't worry about that, Bradley.
Well, we have our diet lines also, James.
Hey, we also have the great people from iSelect. And, Gary, this is an unbelievable story. In addition to the $25,000 donation that iSelect made to BCNA last week, viewers who took up their offer, you would remember, to donate $50 from each health insurance sale, they have raised an extra $15,000. Which takes iSelect's donation to $40,000 is where it sits at the moment. But iSelect are going to extend their offer, call 13 19 20, and purchase private health insurance before Thursday, July 11th. And iSelect will donate $50 from each sale to the Tour de Croft and Breast Cancer Network Australia. So that is unbelievable.
And Jim, I want to say this, that all of the support here has been unbelievable. That's a $10,000 minimum to get up there, but your ongoing support all around the country is great. So you can still get involved. There's a week to go. Footyshow.com.au is the place to go. Click on the Tour de Croft link. You can donate now in person at any NAB branch as well. And for corporate donations, as we said, 10 grand or more, email us at tourdecroft@9.com.au. You go up on the board. So you can keep track of Croft's journey with his daily diaries on the Footy Show Facebook page, the website, or you can find them on Jump In. So to everyone, once again, we appreciate your enormous support. It has been humbling in lots of ways.
Now, Shane, let's get back out. Yes, absolutely. Let's get back out to you, Shane. I can see you're on the massage table. Just talk to us. Once you finish riding, how much of this are you doing? What do you do once the riding stops?
As soon as I stop, I get a massage for an hour and a half, and I eat. I don't stop eating, Jim. I just keep grazing, and I think that's the key, is feed up and rest up, and then get up nice and early and just keep moving. Like, obviously it's not a race, but I'm just trying to get down the road as much as I possibly can and as far as I possibly can each day. And I'm looking forward to getting to Kalgoorlie. I've never been there before, and I'm only a few days away, so I'm looking forward to that.
Now, Croft, I've spent most of the time in rehab, and Tex we'll go through as well, mate, doing a few spin classes in the bikes there, mate. Just checking how the date's going and you're looking after it, mate. I know that the VAS comes in handy there if you're struggling.
Thank you, Jack.
2 pairs of Nicks I wear, and I make sure I put the chamois cream, which is sort of like brushing your teeth for your backside, so it's quite refreshing. And my backside at the moment's looking a bit like a baboon's backside, so it's not too good,
Easy, mate,
but
easy.
it's holding together okay.
Hey, last one, Croft. As we said, you've been on the road for 2 weeks. You've got another week to go. Your family, Olivia and the boys, hopefully can get across to Perth. You'd be missing them.
Yeah, very much so. And it's my little boy Charlie's birthday in 2 days, so that'll be a sad day because I'm not at home, but I'll make sure I make it up to him by buying him whatever he wants.
Hey, Shane, we can't wait to see you in Perth. It is quite extraordinary what you're doing, and congratulations on the journey so far, but more importantly, good luck with the rest, and we look forward to seeing you in a week's time in Perth.
An aspiring man, and there's no question. In fact, that nomination, Samuel, I'd get onto that in all seriousness. That is
Australian of the Year?
Absolutely.
No, we're putting that forward. I'm not sure if you nominate people. There might be a panel that just select people, but we're putting the seed of the idea into their brains.
I like it. And of course, All Going to Plan Croft will arrive live on the Footy Show next Thursday night when we broadcast a show from Crown Perth. So, and you reckon we're not excited about that? No better place to call home when you visit the West than the all-new Crown Perth. Jim, we're going to give this a smashing when we get there. Home to some of Western Australia's finest restaurants and dining experiences, along with plenty of casual cafes and bars, Forsell. Catch up with all your friends in Perth.
Well, as I say, when we commentate the cricket over there, we stay here, and it is quite simply extraordinary. World-class accommodation, day spa, live shows at the magnificent venues, 2,300-seat Crown Theatre. That's where we're going to be. We'll tear that to shreds. Pools, bars, restaurants, as you said, Gary. It is an unbelievable complex and fitting of the famous label Crown.
And I'm looking forward to it since it's been revamped. I haven't been thrown out of this yet, so looking forward to this immensely.
All right, well, we're going to get stuck into that. It'll be fantastic, but let's get stuck into this game. This is a massive game. Saturday afternoon, Etihad Stadium. The Kangas need to win it. Don't worry about that. They've won, I think, 3 of the last 4 against the Tigers. Cunnington, a big in, has missed a couple, and his family have been going through some issues. His beautiful dad has had a few health problems, but he's back and on track, and that is fantastic. So, well done to all of the Cunnington family. The Richmond Footy Club flying, absolutely flying. Vickery's doing a great job. Floss Stone is a very, very talented young man and making a beautiful start to his AFL career. But a couple of big milestones, including 100 games for Jake the Push-Up King. Yeah. Have a look at Jakey boy. And they're all, well, they're not clapping Gary, they're just...
What about his poor teammate?
I'm getting him in a minute, Gary. So well done to the Push-Up King. Unbelievable journey he's been on to get to 100 games. He's a superstar. Sean Grigg, everyone, also plays 100 games.
Where's the Grigg posters?
We couldn't get into press quick enough for the Sean Grigg poster, but I think Jack's got one that he's going to just celebrate with.
Hey, he's also played very nice football for the Tigers. Get to you in a second, Jack. What do you think's happening here, Gib?
Mate, I've been super impressed with Aaron Edwards for the Tigers since he's come into their forward line. He's given them an extra option, and they've been dominating their inside 50 count. So I feel with him down there, they're going to be too strong for the Kangas this week. Sorry, JB.
Jackson.
How many are you going to kick, Jack?
Don't know, mate. Yeah, maybe a pack, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? A little 6-pack, but hopefully 4 points.
Well, if you kick 6, I reckon you'll win.
Hey, Jack, North have got one roll of the dice left. They can't slip up again, so you know what's coming your way on Saturday at Etihad Stadium. They're going to throw everything at you.
They are, and they've been doing that to other sides too. We've seen they've lost 4 games by under a goal, so we're under no illusion that they could be in the same position as us. They could be 9 and 4, but unfortunately they're 5 and 8. But we know they're a very good side, and out at Etihad they're a very good side too. And look at it. It's not our home game, but obviously we hope plenty of Richmond faith will get along there for obviously the North Melbourne Coffers, but for the support of the Richmond Football Club. And during the week we hit 60,000 members for the first time as a football club, which is a great achievement. Only the 3rd club in AFL VFL history to do that. And the club's now launched their next year's membership campaign, but they've thrown in a little bit of a gimmick there with... if you sign up for 2014 now, you get the rest of 2013 free as a membership, which is a bonus. And also on Sunday, August the 11th, at the Comics Lounge, the players have got a bit of initiative here, Gary, and they're having a bit of a comics night. So for the people who want to come along and have a few laughs with the playing group, 2013 playing group, jump onto the www.thecomicslounge.com.au. You can get your tickets, and no doubt I might be up on stage doing a few gags, but I reckon Alex Rance is a Monty to be the funniest person there.
Stand up and do some stand-up?
There might be a few players that jump up on board. There'll be a few professional comedians, so you're guaranteed to have a laugh, but there'll be some players up there probably making fools of themselves.
We'll get you up before the show's out and you can give us a couple of minutes of your best stuff. Hey, I tell you what wasn't a laughing matter was Lindsay Thomas. Jim, you as the chairman of this football club, I mean, you needed to have a chit-chat with him. This was Lindsay, just had a brain fade, just lost his mind. Look at the scoreboard, look at the time. Decided just to give a little headbutt and miss 2 weeks.
Yeah, and of course we saw Jared Wade earlier in the year go for the same thing. Lindsay will be very disappointed, and the club's very disappointed because he has had a fine season, and we played 2 games without him, which is not good.
And madness must be trumps down at the Kangaroos, Jim, because it seems to be just pervading every person that's down there.
Why? Oh, no. What is that? And Jim,
how has that got in?
Let me tell you, Jim.
What is the relevance of that?
If we do a tip of certainty and we get it wrong, you're going to have to reenact that.
Jeepers!
Who are you tipping there, Forsell, please?
I know. Is Ivan Maric...
That's one of Texans, mate.
Is he playing?
No, he's not. He missed last week. He's got a couple of little groin issue at the moment, so hopefully...
his groin was going to be injected.
A couple of groins.
I think he might have said that during the week, that he was having a groin injection, which I don't think would be too pleasant, but I think the coach said today that he'll be right to go next week against the Gold Coast.
If he's got any surplus syringes over, you couldn't send them down my way, could you? I wouldn't mind injecting my groin.
Quick tips as we're going to keep moving.
Well, I think the Kangaroos and the last gasp. Last gasp, Jack. I'd like you, a text saying you've just took it that he'll kick 6 goals, so you tipped him on the fact that he said he'll kick 6, did you?
Well, I'm allowed to bet now, so I'm going to put a bet on.
I don't think
No, you're not.
I'm not playing.
I'm not putting any bets in the
Text,
Let's just back over that. Tex doesn't bet, and he knows he's not allowed.
He didn't say what he was betting on.
Hey, but what you are going to do, Tex, is you're going to get in the barber chair after this break, and the big Foss is going to cut loose on the locks. That's next on the Footy Show.
Show, just a reminder, Street Talk from Rundle Mall in Adelaide still to come, and you know what that brings. And we'd like to thank, by the way, Nissan Navara, our great friends at Home Timber and Hardware. Go where the tradies go, and of course sportsbet.com.au. All great friends of the Footy Show, as is Damien Barrett, who's back, the best newsbreaker in football. Make it welcome.
Yes.
What else is there? We heard from the Collingwood situation earlier.
Yeah, we did. Just to recap that Harry O'Brien has had a falling out with his coach, Nathan Buckley. We've heard nothing from the club. We've made the ring around again, and there's been nothing official. So awaiting their response on the fallout between Harry O'Brien and Nathan Buckley emanating from a meeting earlier this week. This Essendon situation, guys, look, all the talk in recent times has been about the anti-obesity drug AOD 9604. There are other substances involved in this that still are on ASADA's top of the list in terms of being investigated. One of those substances is a peptide, and if it was proven it was taken, it would fall under the specific S2 category of the banned substances. Need to point out, a majority of players are not implicated with this particular substance, but we believe there's at least 4 who have been questioned about it, and it was inadvertent use again, as a lot of this whole situation has been. But there are 4 players being looked at for use of a substance that would fall under the S2 category.
OK, so they hope to have that wrapped up before the finals, this investigation.
Well, they've said that enough now, and Gillon McLachlan has said that. Just a couple of quick uncontracted player stories before I go, guys. Jack Riewoldt and Dustin Martin have been the big names at Richmond who are out of contract. There's another one who is also in that zone, Reece Conker. A lot of interest is going his way from West Coast, to the point where he's got a big decision to make. He does not want to go, but the offer is very sizable, and he's got a decision to make. He's expected to stay, but it's a good offer. Also, Tom Bell-Chambers, out of contract at Essendon and struggling in recent weeks until last round to get a game at Essendon. GWS moving toward making him an offer that will be really, really difficult to refuse.
All right, and told us 2 weeks ago that Stuart Cranmead also was in the sights of the Western Bulldogs, which was fired up through the week. So, Damo, well done to you. Go and work those phones.
On fire, Damo. Now, speaking of big games of footy, who would have thought at the start of the year that West Coast and Adelaide would both be outside of the top 8 at this point of the season? But they are. This game's at AAMI Stadium Saturday night. And, of course, the Crows, 2 games outside the top 8, have got a lot of work to do. The danger is one of the excitement machines in AFL football. Of course, there we are. We've got a parochial Adelaide fan. West Coast need to win this game badly. Congratulations to Josh Hill, who plays game number 100. They, of course, went down to the Bombers by 7 points last Thursday night at Patterson Stadium. So they are coming off a very big break. Let's start with you, Jackie boy. What do you think's going to happen here between West Coast and Adelaide?
Well, I think the big factor in this one is that it's at AAMI Stadium. The Adelaide Crows have been well documented with their key forwards who they've lost. The big fella is also not playing, and they lost Tippett last year to Sydney. But one guy that's really impressed me, is Josh Jenkins. He's a big unit, can play in the ruck, and he's really quick. We saw him firsthand a few weeks ago. And I think he's a guy that going forward in the future, he could be one that partners Big Tex when he's right to go, and I reckon he might get them over the line against West Coast.
And speaking of big forwards who are called Josh Kennedy, Gibbo, has been unbelievable.
You're right, he has been unbelievable. Himself, Darling and Lacroix are so dangerous down there, and West Coast midfield's been deadly in there. I think they're number 2 in the comp and clearance, and so if they can win that battle this week against Adelaide and get it into that big 3, I think they'll get the job done.
All right. Well, the Adelaide Crows are manfully toiling, Gary, this year without their big power forward, the Texan Taylor Walker, and you have him over there.
I do indeed, Jim, and we've been looking forward to this for a long time. He bravely and courageously said and good-naturedly said that he would shave the lot off if we could raise $50,000 for the Leukemia Foundation. You were inspired by a young girl who we're going to join us very, very shortly, Lily Block, aged 4. You met her earlier in the year at a Crows Foundation lunch. The money raised goes to the Vital Blood Cancer Research. We got well over 50 texts and we got about 60 grand. And you, true to your word, said I will do it. And the man that's going to do it is Sam Newman, and we've left how he does it entirely up to him. So, Fossil, want to add some options to the Texan right now?
Tex, just depends how cooperative you are. If you like to come and light, if you're just going to whinge and whimper, mate, you can lie down here and we'll drive this over the top of you. Or we can get the whipper-snipper started here, mate. We can just flick a couple of tresses off the back of your cranium. Look, you couldn't drive a knitting needle up his backside with a jackhammer. Look at him.
He's very nervous.
We got the chainsaw. Might start that up, but the goat might go berserk. And we got, what have we got the goat here for, dogs? These are the old shears that they used to use back in bygone days.
Yes.
And we've got a goat here. I'm not sure what that's for, Gary.
Good. Nibble it off.
He's going to nibble it off, says dogs.
Good goat will do that, Samuel.
And of course, thank you, Gary. A good goat will do that. And that will get out of it. Just having a crack at my plums, Gary. And then this is the smaller. Jesus.
Well, what we need you to do is to come over here and actually do it.
Right.
Because this is a big night. Bernie Dukes has been texting ferociously. He said the full lot, but we said that.
We're going to shave your bald.
No, I said just the mullet.
No, mate. Tex, can I? Well, I'll make you an honorary member of the academy. You'll be on the board. These are my new range of underwear. I'll give you a pair of those. This is smart, and I'll give you the first pressing of my new song.
Get up.
If we can do the lot.
That sounds all right. I'll let you.
The whole lot. Go on. That's it. Here we go. Yep. I'm very nervous.
What number you got there?
This is a number
5.
5. Look.
5.
Yep. Number 5.
That could have just been written on
Stand
there.
around here so I can watch it.
Let's go. And we're going to go with a 5. We'll go with a 5 and then we'll have a look at it.
Righto. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
This is it.
Is it hurting?
Oh! Come on.
Oh, shut up. Get out of it.
Get out of the little bit oval.
Oh, that's it.
Look at that.
Oh, no, Tex, that's a 1.
That looks all right, Texan.
Just leave it like that.
No, it looks good.
Jeez, that's tough shit in here.
Eh?
This is just rugged stuff, Gary. You should be envious of this crap.
It looks all right.
How am I going?
You're going well, but if you can do it quicker, it'll be good.
All right. Well, it's all right. This is not a number 1. You said you were going to put a number 1.
We started with a number 5, but what we might do, because time is against us.
All right, on the essence.
Let's do the front half, and then the big moment's when the mullet comes off, because that's what
do you want me to cut that off now?
We just maybe go for a G-stripe. Oh, Jesus. It's G-stripe down here, maybe, all the way over the back. Yeah.
All right.
Where's that goat?
Where's the ghost? All right, so the mullet's coming off, Jim. This is the moment, all right? This is what we've all been looking for.
Get it off.
Just going to cut it there. There we go. There we go.
I'm going up.
Jim, we'll continue on here and finish off the job while you introduce a couple of very special guests over there.
Yeah, we will do that, Gary, and we are privileged to have the family here with us. We've got the beautiful Lily, of course, who we just saw in the photo. Lily's mum, Talia. We've got Luke and Kobe here as well. The Block family, put your hands together for them. Let's start with you, Talia. How's it all going? How's it going with Lily?
Yeah, Lily's doing really well. She's doing, brilliantly now. So, yeah, just really excited to be in Melbourne. So.
Oh, good girl. And tell us about what she's going through and what's ahead.
Okay, well, Lily has acute lymphoblastic leukemia. So basically, she was diagnosed last August and it involves 2 years intensive chemotherapy. And now she's up to the maintenance stage where everything's looking really bright and, yeah, she's doing much better now.
Well, she looks absolutely sensational. Now, I'll tell you what, you talk about a novelty check, Talia, and Lily, and Kobe, of course, and Luke. You've never seen anything like this. This is the biggest check of all time. Thanks to Tex Walker. Have a look at this. $66,000 $672.45 is going to the Leukemia Foundation. Look at that. That is quite extraordinary, and
we've had to call him the professional just to finish this off. This is beautiful Chrissy from our wardrobe makeup department. Tex, how do you feel, mate? This is what you did it for, and whilst we've had a lot of fun with this, don't worry about that. This is a very big moment for you.
Wow. It is. I was very lucky enough to meet Lily through the Crows Foundation and Leukemia, and over 11,500 people are diagnosed with leukemia every year, and I think that works out to be about 31 a day. So I was very stoked to have so much support, and $66,000 is amazing. So thank you everyone for putting in, and hopefully it can help the Block family.
Fantastic.
Hey, Gaz. On this very topic, it's been a great privilege for me to be with Suri and Botham for the last 2 days, who's raised over £20 million for leukaemia research in the UK. And he was telling me, which of course is backing up what Talia just said, that back when he started, 20% of young people, the survival rate was. It's now up to 92%.
Fantastic.
Because of the research into leukemia. So it is. That's where the money goes.
All right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to head to a break because we've got a lot to get through. Wonderful to see the family here on the receiving end of Tex. We're proud of you. We're going to tidy this up. You're going to look Schmidt when you come back. Sam's mailbag after this on the Footy Show.
Set up out of the Whitten Oval. Gary will be out there shortly to reenact the great stretcher moment. Nath Brown's out there to look after it for us. We've got lots of people already assembled. Still time to get down there and see the great man on the stretcher. We are minutes away from that, and Gary, I know how excited you are. But in the meantime, it is time for Sam's mailbag.
First of all, Darren Perry, thank you very much for your letter. You didn't send an address. I can't write you back. Appreciate it. That's just a bit of personal stuff.
In-house
Vlad,
sort of
yes, Vlad. It was a nice letter, Gary. It's one of the very few we get. Vlad of Laylaw. Sammy, met you once at Eastlands. I had brown hair. Let's narrowed it down, Gaz. Hey. I'll give you the tip with this drug scandal rubbish. This is Vlad of Layla. Got a feeling Vlad would be right at home giving us a tip on drugs. Layla. Players don't need a sports scientist to help them get a six-pack. Just use a wire fence.
There it is.
That's awfully good, Gary.
That's a nice one.
Or alternatively, they could use a whiteboard marker like your old mate Hutchie.
The V8 supercar driver. Look at him.
Jill of Adelaide, Sam, we love Taylor Walker so much that we have named our golden retriever puppy after him. He is 10 weeks old and called Taylor Walkies. There he is.
Already.
Now you've got a dog, haven't you, Josh? You got a dog?
I do have a dog, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Large, what's
a Rottweiler.
A Rottweiler.
Called Zeus. There he is.
Zeus?
That's after I lost him. So he went walkabout down the coast.
I think he rang me the other day.
Really?
Yeah, no, I've had a feeling he rang me the other day.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, the old Cromwell region.
I was walking down, actually, a bloke walked past that dog.
Your best.
It had its head in between its legs, licking its agates. And he said, God, I'd love to be able to do that. And the bloke said, well, you better pat it first or it'll bite your frickin' head off.
What about that for a crispy?
Now you got a dog, haven't you, guys?
That's it.
You got a dog?
What?
You got a dog, haven't you?
I got a new dog, yeah.
That's
my dog. That's my new puppy.
That's it. Look at it.
Sam, what did Zeus say to you when he rang you? What did he, Josh?
He said I got a bad attack of crotch itch. No,
He's stopped now.
Yeah. And now, does he ever ring you, Gary, the dog?
What?
Does he ever ring you?
Your dog.
Your dog. What about your cat? You've got a cat, it rings you, haven't you? It's taken on similar proportions. You know how owners of pets say they end up looking like their pets or vice versa?
Yes.
Is this your cat, Gary?
Oh, yes. Real grumpy. Grumpy cat.
Doesn't have a monobrow.
Well, thank you, Josh.
Jumbo of Dandenong.
Yes.
Saw this on Facebook. Is it true you're going through with your threat to record a second album?
Look at this. Tonight. That's you in the recording studio, isn't it? No. You are going through with it, aren't you?
Gary, if you get as far... This is what he says, Jumbo. If you get as far as recording a video clip, and I seriously hope you don't, here's a lady you should consider doing it with. Surely they showed her and then that was a doll. That was a blow up doll.
Is that Warwick Kappa?
Last year,
Now,
that's what he did, mate.
now listen, I actually can sing, and you always show my lesser performances where I can't hear the music or the band goes out of key.
It'd be someone else's fault.
No, it would. I in 1996.
Oh no.
I got pictorial audio and visual of me in 1996. Now, if show it, don't cut it off.
What? Don't cut what off?
Don't cut the vision of it off. Let people see that I can sing.
So this is you, is it?
This, of course, this is me.
Let it go.
It's more than a game. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of the show, Mr. Sam Newman.
Oh, that's enough, so he stands right back. Jim Cadlock's line. Melbourne Victoria from that. Sam.marv9.com.au. It just cut out for us.
And you wonder why. You wonder why, Gary, you smart ass. You wonder why we keep showing pictures to you on the stretcher.
The walkout was
Fuzzle.
Well, yeah, I sang that song there and it was good. You don't want to show anything that's good about me, do you?
Look at this. I've never seen a smugger bozo. Look at, to use your words.
Because I was going to nail it. You knew I was going to nail it.
Here I am.
Oh no, we've got to keep moving on. The Greater Western Sydney Giants take on the Western Bulldogs. Saturday it is Star Track Oval. Giants hit to win a game. Reece Palmer, Canelio and Jeremy Cameron come back in, Jimmy. All big name players, and make no mistake, Kevin Sheedy said, I'm going to sit those three blokes out. We play the Western Bulldogs. This may be our big chance to win a game. So they have set themselves for this game. The Dogs, of course, went down to Melbourne, so they're not going great. 3 wins and 10 losses. Brett Goods, Kobe Stevens and Tutt back in the side. The captain, Matty Boyd's out with a cheekbone and lower. And Lockie Hunter being omitted. So don't worry. The Greater Western Sydney Giants, with Jeremy Cameron not playing last week, Gibbo, they fancy themselves. I don't know what the sportsbet.com.au odds are, but they think they can win this.
I really like Cameron, and I think they're due for a win. So, mate, I'm going to go with them.
Wow.
390, good value.
$22.
I reckon Griffin will have another 40 touches and lead the Bulldogs to a win.
Yep. I'm going for the Bulldogs as well, and they'll be a huge crowd there in Canberra.
Give them a chance.
They'll be rapt to have the footy in Canberra, I reckon.
Force?
Does anyone ever do a robust investigative journalism on the Western Bulldogs and how they're going? I mean, they jump into him and they jump into Melbourne. Has anyone ever decided that the Western Bulldogs escape scot-free from how they're going?
They have got off
and the people up in the board, members of the club.
If they lose to the GWS, make no mistake, they will be front.
Will I tell you who's on the board of the...
Peter Gordon's back there.
But he's only been there a minute. Who else?
I'm not sure.
Now,
who are you
else,
tipping?
Gary?
Who are you tipping?
Any other people that might be responsible for their
I don't
plight?
know who runs the board out there.
Well, there's a person there.
Who are you tipping?
Susan L. She's on the board. Susan L. Burke.
Who are you tipping?
Oh, I'm tipping the Bulldogs.
Are you?
Yeah.
What we do need to acknowledge, Jim, and I want you to, is the one of our all-time favourites who announced his retirement through the week.
Yes, he did.
Chad Corns.
The Chadwick. And this is a man, put your hands together for Chad Corns. This is a man who we had often on this show as a great friend and great panellist, but he was also an unbelievably good footballer, and you can ask a couple of the power forwards around the competition what it was like to play on Chad Corns. So to Chadwick and, of course, Studley and the magnificent Corns family, even though Kane is still doing a great job. Well done on a terrific career, and good luck with everything that's coming up.
Great work. Well done to Chad. I'm tipping the Bulldogs in a pretty close game, but next Wednesday night there's going to be a big game, and that is the E.J. Whitten Legends game. It is Victoria taking on the All-Stars. This is the first look at this Victorian team, if you don't mind. Straight down the goal line. Let's just start there, boys. Feel free. Any of these are your favourite players back when you were young men. Mickey Martin at fullback, Ben Graham, who was a punter over in the NFL for years. Scotty West, 7-time BNF Hall of Famer. Dermot Brereton makes a comeback, if you don't mind.
Oh.
Brendan from Alder has pushed Matthew Lloyd into the forward pocket, and he is filthy about that, Lloydie. That is an all-star lineup right there. So make no mistake, they are going in red-hot favourites of Vicks. Gibbo, you like that side?
I do like that side, and a couple of years ago I was lucky enough to be runner for the Vicks, and what I love is that you start with so many guys on the bench, but by the last quarter they're all on the field because there's a few selfish blokes that don't like to come off, and I think Lloyd will be one of them this year.
The All-Star team's up, so start talking about them.
Hey, don't worry, get around this
Vicks,
mob.
mate. I'm not worried about the All-Stars, but there's a couple of guys in there.
Hey, Spike McVeigh is making his debut, of course, just out of the game, the Spikelet, so we're looking forward to that.
There,
Martin
on the ball.
And Oram Stephenson, I'm presuming.
Still here, John Stephenson in the pocket.
Yes, exactly right. So this is the All-Star team, of course, that will be taking on the Big V. This game is a ratings bonanza on television. It's enormous for all the crowd that get there. This is how you do it. Ticketmaster.com.au or get to the gate. Coverage begins on the Nine Network at 8 p.m. So get stuck into the Ray White Legends E.J. Whitten game, and it is one of our favourites, Gary.
And for viewers in Sydney and Brisbane, the game will be streamlined online. So all the details on the Footy Show website, footyshow.com.au. If you're going to go to the game, bring your iPod or your transistor. You can hear our commentary. Jim, you and I will be calling the game.
We will.
And here's an extra reason to come along. One lucky patron attending the game will be the 30 millionth person through the gates of Etihad Stadium, and that person will win a return airfare to Europe or the UK, courtesy of Etihad. So get yourself.
That is fantastic news. Now, been talking all night about the fact that Gary's heading out to the Whitten Oval to reenact the 1987 breaking of his leg and then getting on the stretcher and then screaming. So we are going to get out there now. Nath Brown, former Bulldogs and Richmond star, is out there to set the scene for us. Brownie, what's happening out there, please?
Oh, it's an electrical atmosphere out here tonight, Jim. It's not far off an electrical storm out here at the moment, but we've got a few people I want to talk to before Gary gets down here, and this man is dressed up as Gary. Why?
Oh, mate, the chicks prefer the fur.
Oh, that's enough from you. And what we've got here, Gary, is Sure Gary.
Oh, g'day. Nah, my Sure Gary. Guess who I am, Gary? Shut down in a blaze of glory.
Oh, that's enough from him. And you've dressed up as Dale Morris. Right, actually, it is Dale Morris. And Dale, you spent some time on the stretcher yourself.
Yes, I certainly have. Broke my leg very similar to Gary, and all I can remember at the time was don't do what Gary did. So he helped me through those.
And I believe that Gary actually called you when you were rehabilitated. What did he say to you?
He one bit. It wasn't really even advice. He just told me how he broke his leg in the last game of the season, and he was able to get back up for round one. So he told me how good he was, and it took me 18 months. So I didn't really help at all.
Oh, he tells a lot of people how good he was, but you blokes weren't that good last week. You lost to the Demons, Greater Western Sydney this week.
Yeah, opportunity to bounce back. Every week's important, but yeah, disappointing last week, and we're looking for a good game this week.
Thanks, Dale. So what we've got, Gary, we've got 18 metres of you on the stretcher for the 18 points that Port Adelaide beat Sydney by. Get down here. We're going to have a really good night, me and you. Back to you, Jim.
All right, well done, mate. Doing a beautiful job out there. I'm not sure if you picked up on it at home, but I saw Mick Jagger, Gary, out the back there somewhere. I saw the Bees net, Gary, out there as well. So people have got into the spirit of it, Gary.
Have I got security, Jim? Because they looked a pretty rugged lot out there.
Hey, Gary, we've got the stretcher limo here for you. Get it? Stretcher. The stretcher limo, there it is. So, Gary, in you get. Head out to the Whitten Oval and reenact that great moment. Go on. Into the stretcher limo. Right. Send him off, ladies and gentlemen. There he goes. He's heading out to the Whitten Oval. I'll tell you what. Look at him. Oh. Into the stretcher limo around this side.
You think you're going to drive it, Gary? Get in the back of it. Got in the window to go and drive it.
Oh,
Get in the back of it. You're not driving.
Shut up!
That's got it.
Angry,
He's
grumpy Gary.
pesky.
There we
Hello,
go.
Cock.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, you'll love it out there, Gaz. I'm telling you, you'll love it out there. I'm in your chair. I'm in the chair.
Big Willis Willis.
Good on you, Josh. Hey, taxi. Good on you, mate.
We need to get to a break.
Oh,
Bill
Jim, I'm
is
in
going
the
to be in
chair.
the big chair. That's coming up. And also,
Hang on,
Gary.
I'll throw to a break.
What are you doing, Bill?
We'll go out to Gary straight after this break. Don't go anywhere. Footy show coming up next.
Still to come tonight, a rip-snorting footy legends. Sam takes street talk to Adelaide. Yes, you heard right. Adelaide.
He's a top lad. Who's that? Why, Newman.
Crumbs! And the big one, live from the Whitten Oval, Gaz is being forced to recreate the stretcher incident. You cannot miss this. Hit record now. You'll want to replay this until the tape wears out. Stick around, Nipsies.
And welcome back to the Footy Show, and welcome tonight our James Bow Draft Team of the Week. Here in the audience we have the Parkside Football Club and the White Horse Pioneers.
And again this year, James Boat's Draft are donating $1,000 to each of our panellists' local football club. Tex Walker's local footy club is North Broken Hill Footy Club, and the boys are all watching tonight, so good on you, boys. Let's get straight into Almost Footy Legends, Jackie boy, and have a look at this hanger here. St Albans versus St Joey's, and the Super Saints go forward, and have a look at this hang here. Whoa! Over little Jacko, he wouldn't be happy with that. He's only a tiny man, little Jacko. That's a good grab.
And next we've got South Bendigo versus Eagle Horse. A nice little snap here, a little bit of airtime there.
Oh, nice. Coming
around the corner, and Golski there up in Bendigo. I think that's Queen's Oval there. Fairly good little goal and a little bit of airtime.
He did, he liked that. And women's round last week, of course. Have a look at this one, East Malvern versus White Horse. Oh, you beauty.
Bang.
That's Danny Worm. Have a look at her.
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's not a bad hang.
No landing on your neck there, Bill.
Which one did you like, Jack?
I think I'm going to go for the third one.
All right, guess what? Debbie Hay from Oakley East, you have won this.
Thanks to James Bogue's draft, our weekly winner takes home $1,000 cash, while our runners-up receive $500 each. Sponsoring over 150 local clubs, James Bogue's draft is a proud supporter of grassroots footy. At the end of the year, our runner-up pockets $20,000 cash thanks to Deep Heat, providing fast, temporary relief from muscle aches and strains.
Deep Heat
is the stuff of legends. Thanks to our great friends at Home Timber and Hardware, our major prize winner takes home a mega toolbox full of $40,000 cash. That's going to come in handy for that renovation you always wanted. So if you want to do it right, go where the tradies go, Home Timber and Hardware.
Send all your entries to Almost Footy Legends GPO Box 9, Melbourne 3001. Don't forget to upload your legends directly to our website, footyshow.com.au. Best prizes in footy there, Jim.
No doubt about that, Bill. Let's get stuck into this game. Very important one for these two clubs. The Q Clash is what it's called between the Gold Coast and the Brisbane Lions. Lions have won 4 of the last 5 of these games. We say congratulations, everyone, to our favourite at... well, there is the Lions, and that's fantastic. We've got this. Leuenberg is a very good player. But put your hands together for Campbell Brown, playing game number 200 as we swing over to the Gold Coast. And they have played very nice football this year. Carmichael Hunt and Navuela come out. Russell and Bonnell come in. Ablett is a superstar, Gibbo.
Yeah, like you said, I want to congratulate Brown Dog on 200, but been really impressed with the Suns this year. Obviously, they've got a younger list compared to some other sides, but they've been really strong in contested footy, and I feel if they can bring that this weekend, that they can have a win over Brisbane, Sam.
Yeah. I want to go to the Gold Coast Suns. I reckon I've never seen someone come into the system in their first year and dominate like Jaeger O'Meara. He's a gun.
Jackie boy?
Yeah, I'm going to follow Tex here and go for the Gold Coast Suns. I reckon a guy that's gone under the radar a little bit. Dion Prestia last week had 42 disposals in a midfield that obviously has Gary Ablett in it. So Dion Prestia is one to watch. He was outstanding last week.
Sam?
Someone will eventually work out how to stop Gary Ablett.
when?
This week.
You reckon?
Yes.
Who?
Well, it doesn't matter who. The Brisbane Lions will work it out.
Hey.
I think they'll win.
Bill, your thoughts?
Yeah, Brisbane Lions will win this one.
Just quickly, had a couple of messages coming in. My fault, by the way. Will Minson is also a milestone game player this week. 150 games for Will Minson. Well done to one of our favourites.
Well done to
on
Big
the Footy
Will.
Show, Willis.
It's been outstanding. What about this game Saturday night, Jim? MCG, the Cats versus the Hawks. Big one here. And the Cats, of course, have won 10 games straight against the Hawks. And they've gone in no change, Sammy. Interesting, Varco on the bench and Vardy on the bench, so on the emergency, take on the Hawks. And there's a couple of changes here. Maxi Barley comes in, Poo comes in, and Cyril Rioli is in. Oh, stand by there. Out goes Ellis, Shields and Segler, who was okay last week in his first game. Couple of sore boys too, I reckon there, Jim. Gibbo with his neck and Ruff with a sore hip.
Well, we're going to get to them in just a second, but sportsbet.com.au have been very generous this year with their footy specials.
Yep.
Almost 400 grand refunded in their first goal scorer promo throughout June, Willis, if you don't mind. This week, Sportsbet's value continues. Another huge money-back special for the two big blockbusters, Carlton, Collingwood, and, of course, the big one you just mentioned, the Cats and the Hawks. If the final margin in either game is 20 points or less, Sportsbet will refund losing head-to-head bets on the match up to $100. Conditions apply. Visit sportsbet.com.au for details and always gamble responsibly. Now, Gibbo, is there any danger of you beating the Cats at any stage? The 2008 grand final was a wonderful day. Since then, nothing.
It wasn't for me because I didn't play there, mate. But, you're right. Look, we've had some fantastic games against them. They're all within a kick, but unfortunately we haven't won one of them. So we'll definitely be trying to rectify that this weekend, Sam, because we can't... good games aren't good enough, Obviously, they're great spectacles for everyone else, but we're not winning them, so we need to change that.
Tex, now come on, Tex.
Come on, Tex.
What do you think, seriously?
Well, Tom Hawkins is my favourite player in the AFL.
Is he?
And he's going to kick 6.
Thanks.
You're playing on...
Tex, I'll be playing on him also, mate.
You're playing on Pozziali.
Okay, thanks.
So I reckon the Cats will win, mate.
I will be tipping the Hawks on the sole fact that Gibbo's been getting some good night's sleep with those neck brace in, so I reckon he'll be fit and firing. And I reckon the Hawks are ready to break the hoodoo.
Geelong have had their last period of smart-assness against Brisbane, and they just cannot get beaten by the Hawks. The Hawks just simply cannot beat the Cats.
What would Jeffrey Kennett say, Sam?
And he sacked. He had Alistair Clarkson sacked after they got, so they might call for him to be sacked again.
There's the jump-in poll, so get stuck into that. Can Hawthorn beat the Kennett curse? Also had some inquiries coming in from former teammates of Gibbo saying, why does he persist in wearing glasses when there's nothing wrong with his eyes?
Yes.
Why do you do that, Gibbo?
With no lens?
You are one of the vainest men
You know their
alive.
prescription.
Is there a lens in them? Have a look, Tex.
Look at my left eye, Tex.
Couple of nice little
Put 'em on,
diamonds in there
Tex.
too.
Come on, Tex.
No prescription here.
Sure, the lenses in there?
You have a go.
Yeah, have a go, Jack.
While we do that, look at Jackie boy.
Oh, no. Clark.
You look pretty good there.
Actually, Dexter, yeah.
You look like Ginger Meggs.
You're really good, Billy. Oh, no.
We need to get to a break. On the other side of it, do not forget, Gary's out at the Whitten Oval. We can't wait for that. Street Talk next from Adelaide, Rundle Moore. Stick around.
Sam, you f***ing goose. You're a f***ing idiot, mate.
Before the year started, Crows coach Brendan Sanderson said it felt like 1997 here in Adelaide. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. You still a dickhead or what?
Good to finally see you in
Adelaide.
In Adelaide.
This is?
It's the Crows.
Yeah, do you like the Crows?
Hell no. Just another rubbish, aren't it?
What's that, sir?
Rubbish.
Rubbish.
No, they're shit this year.
Do you think I'm a dickhead?
Of course.
What?
What a good dickhead.
What's that, sir?
A good
madam?
dickhead.
Yes.
Adelaide's awesome.
Could you just give us a brief synopsis, a brief thumbnail sketch of how the Crows are going and where they're tracking, sir?
Well, Crows obviously not going as well as last year. That would be my synopsis.
We got any advice for the Crows? Any of you? You got any?
Try to win.
All you can do is just try your best. That's all you can do.
Try your best?
Yes.
Exactly right, sir.
It's only a game.
Get your shit together, boys, and you know, we might be up in the finals if you know, you start pulling your game, mate.
It is a big business. It's a multi-million-dollar business. You know that?
Very big bickies. Very big bickies. Big money.
Oh, you got a new tattoo, like?
Jesus, what is
This is slap.
Why have you got it wrapped up?
Because it's fresh.
Oh, wait, what is it?
Ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
You got slut. We had a condom applying machine on the Footy show last week.
The condom applicator slingshot gun.
And you loaded it up and put your dick in it, and it fired a condom onto your snag, sir.
Fire.
Would you like us to send you one?
I'm glad that you brought that up, Sam, because I was somewhere recently and I saw this bag, plastic bag with a thing around the top, and for a joke I took it back to Hutt Street Centre here and I pinned it on the board and someone said, "What's that all a made of?" I said, "Jesus Christ, you'd want a big cock to put that in." And my mate turned around and said, "It's got nothing to do with it, Blue. It's a spew bag that you use on the plane."
Adelaide's awesome. Now, I want you to take one for the team, mate. Take a swig for the team. Come on.
Take a swig of what? Of vodka?
No vodka, mate. Excuse the language. Excuse the language.
A plethora, some people say.
Plethora. Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
that. Yes. News rather than the weather, it'd be great, Sam. Thank you. But anyway.
Go on there, my friend. Go on. Take one swig if you don't trust
Are we
it.
allowed to do this? I'm bringing another one out, but this was my first outing.
Yes.
As the old saying goes, if you don't succeed the first time, try again.
On the Wobble and Goggle, locally released through EMI, a Boss Golden Gasser. Sounds that were around when you were a little closer to the ground. Fantastic black plastics. That's
Gone from our hearts, but not from the charts.
Well, do you want me to sing you a song?
No.
Oh, yeah, Sammy. All right. One for you, one for me.
I'll have a chat to you, but I don't want to hear you sing, mate. No worries.
Those fingers in my hair, that sly come hither stare.
Go the Crows.
Ooh. And I've got no defence for it.
This all sounds like a load of shit. We can't say that on TV. Adelaide's awesome.
Yeah, well done. How long will it last, you reckon?
That bottle?
Yeah.
It'll be gone by about 11 o'clock tonight. Unless you come and share it with me.
I'm glad you're just a social drinker then, that's good.
Peace out.
Peace off.
Oh, never disappoints. The magnificent city of Adelaide, of course, and thanks to the great support of the people there. Speaking of Adelaide, Port Adelaide flying, and they take on Essendon, who are also flying. Etihad Stadium. And that will be good news for the Bombers. They've won the last 3 times these two sides have met. Watson is a superstar, make no mistake about that. Carlisle is going to be a superstar. There are the new players in, Hardingham, Collier, Hams and Fletcher comes back, the old boy, which is good to see. Port Adelaide doing nothing wrong. Kasisi is a big out for them. He is a very good player. You can see the ins there. Lost their last 7 games at Etihad, which is why, Gibbo, the venue might be important here.
Yeah, look, I think it is going to be important. Super impressed with Essendon. As you said, Carlisle, he's just amazing. He's probably the best swing man in the game at the minute. He's 1 minute he's centre-half back, centre-half forward. So I think they're going to be too good under the roof for the power.
And Texan,
Stick the boots into the power, Tex?
Showing your mob a clean set of heels, Tex.
What's that?
Showing your mob a clean set of heels at the minute, Port.
Yeah, I'll give you my tip.
Cop that, JB.
Chad Wingard, he's a gun. I think he averages 20-odd touches and a couple of goals a game, and I think if he keeps going the way he is, he'll make All-Australian. So I'm going to tip Port Adelaide.
Port Adelaide.
Sam's never heard of him.
Well, liking Texas thinking there on Chad Wingard, he has been outstanding, but look, I think Essendon have shown in the face of, I suppose, what's been a really tough season for them. Adversity, they've been able to get over the line, and at Etihad, that's the big one. They'll win this week.
In Adelaide, I watched that performance by the Power was as good a football game by a side I've seen in many years. They were fantastic.
They were.
No one would have beaten them. No one.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen this week?
I think Essendon will.
Oh, will he?
Yes. Bombers for me, Jimmy Boy. They're playing really good. What about Joby Watson?
Yeah.
He is outstanding. Got booed last week, but he's outstanding. So the Bombers to win.
I don't think that will happen this week.
Oh, look at this.
Have a look at this. This is as we speak.
Do you reckon there's been a limo out at Western Oval before?
That's not the stretcher limo, and here it is. It's just rolled in. Thousands out there to greet our man. Have a look at him. Oh, no. Real happy to be there, up and about.
Has he waxed those legs?
Oh, look at the people there to see him.
Oh, look at this.
And he hates people.
He does.
And he hates cold conditions.
That's it.
Look at him.
He is going to be on the stretcher.
Look at those legs.
He's got a crook knee too.
He's crook. So that is still to come. Do not go anywhere.
Our next game, Fremantle versus St Kilda, Sunday, Patterson Stadium. Have a look at the ins here, Jimmy Boy, for Fremantle. In Pavlich, Sandilands, Mundy, Barlow, Silvani, Spur and Kenny Sutcliffe.
Yep.
Out goes Duffield, Hanneth, Vinny, Minchie and Harry Cozier. Very good ins there with Fremantle. They need a win. They got belted by the Cats last week. Take on St Kilda, who have also got some good ins. Lee, Sipos, Hickey, Sard, Saunders and Lenny Hayes is back. Good to see Lenny back.
See Leonard.
But have a look at the outs. Nick Revolt out. Soreness. Justin Kazitsky was going to play his 200th game because he was, but he's having a rest. And Webster is out also. So some big outs there. Fremantle got to bounce back, Joshy, on this one and win this.
Yeah, you're right. They will bounce back and they will win this. Their defensive pressure is the best in the game. Obviously, their ability to shut down the opposition and then go forward and score themselves. So back home for them, and with some of those guys out like Rewalt, I think that they'll be far too good for St Kilda.
Generous line in the Freo game too from sportsbet.com.au. Tex?
I'll agree with Josh. They're going to be too good for you.
Are you liking your head, by the way, now that you're looking at it on television? Are you liking how you're scrubbing up?
That's not too bad. No, I need to get them pinned back.
Well, ask Gibbo.
No, be careful pinning them back, mate. They could end up like this.
Gibbo had his done, so you can ask for his surgeon.
Dr. Spock.
Look, I'll be, Look, Fremantle was showing a clean set of heels from Geelong last week down at the Cattery, but they'll bounce back. And at Patterson Stadiums, without Revolt and without Kazitsky, it is going to be a huge ask for the Saints.
Force.
I'll be over there for this game. I'm over in Perth going to this game.
Who are you with over there?
I'm only going to mention him because he donated $10,000 to Shane's Ride for Breast Cancer.
Yes.
That's Mouse Promotions.
Yes.
I'm over there for him.
Yes.
And St Kilda, in relative terms, going worse than Melbourne and Footscray, on and off.
How many goals will they kick?
Who?
St Kilda. They'll kick 4 goals, I think. I can't see where their goals are going to come from.
No, they're just bad.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get to a break because next we go to the Whitten Oval to recreate one of the great moments in the history of the VFL. Gary Lyon on a stretcher, so do not turn your television anywhere. That is next. Stick around. All right, a month or so ago, we're on the lookout for 4 tradies to join the Nissan Navara Tough Love team. Their mission, to help local footy clubs in need. Well, the boys have been selected. Asher, the electrician, put your hands up when we name you. Justin, the painter. Tommy, the carpenter. And Martin's the plumber, of course. The boys are ready to go. So, what do you need to do, Willis? If you're a struggling local club and in need of an upgrade of some type or another, maybe your rooms are battling a little bit or the bar needs a bit of buffing.
A bit of plumbing.
That's it, Willis. Tough love at 9.com.au. And these boys could be coming out to your club to help with your Renault. Thanks very much to Nissan Navara.
Well done. They look like Australia's most wanted there, but let's have a look at the next game. Melbourne take on Sydney Sunday at the MCD at the Mighty Netherlands. A couple of good ends here. Seller, captain Jack Grimes comes back, Strauss and Pedersen come in. Out goes Sammy Blees with an ankle, unfortunately. He's playing some good footy. Take on the mighty Sydney Swannies. And in comes Mitch Morton, Armstrong. Mumford is back and Sam Reid is back also. Out goes Xavier Richards. Played his first game last week and is out with a quad. Josh Kennedy plays his 100th game. He's been a star for the Swannies. Big game here. Joshy boy, who wins it?
I think Sydney will win this and win comfortably. I'm not going to tip the margin, but look, it was pleasing to see Whites kick some goals last week because everyone's on his back all the time, but I thought he did a good job.
Tex?
Well, actually, one of my best mates plays for Melbourne. He debuted a couple of weeks ago, Mitch Clisby. but I'm going to go Sydney.
Yeah, I'll be going to Sydney as well, but it'll be interesting to see how they pull up from the slog last week against Carlton.
Force?
We usually see how Sydney pull up.
Oh.
That's not your go.
Gary told me on his behalf to exercise the option.
You must wait until it's your turn,
Oh,
Jim.
see?
Yeah. So I'm going for
Oh,
Now, do you, a little-known fact, my son Max told me this, do you know that Melbourne beat the Sydney Swans 2 seasons ago by the best part of 80 points?
No.
2 years ago.
2 years ago? Not 2010. 2 seasons ago.
Hasn't that turned around, Sammy boy?
Well, isn't that amazing?
It is. Very good point.
As amazing as that is, we need to get to the Whitten Oval because I tell you what, history's about to be made again, if that makes sense. Nathan Brown is out there, our man on the spot. What's going on out there, Nathan?
I certainly am, Jim. We are about to recreate television history. The star of the show and the people's person, Gary Lyon, is here. And Gaz, how are you feeling?
Mate, it's -3 degrees, and you reckon I got the dog here because it's a cute dog? It's warming my legs, this big bastard.
Give us a look at your pins in that dressing gown.
All right, you got to do this quick.
Look at him. And special guest there, Gary?
I got a pair of Ricky Jackson shorts going, but I tell you, it's unbelievable who's here. And the bloke next to me, Brown Dog, I don't know, he's got better things to do than be out here at this time of night.
Well, this man played on the day. Simon Beasley, one of the Footscray greats. What can you tell us about the day?
Well, Brownie, mate, I was in the vicinity. All I heard was a howl, actually, mate. It was an enormous howl. Mate, I came down, looked, he got on the stretcher, and I saw the tears, mate. He was crying. The facial expressions.
He's the man who wouldn't play when it started raining, this bloke.
Only once.
And what were the odds of him going down that day?
Mate, I didn't. I thought he was bigger than that. The kid from Cobra, they reckon he was tough. He wasn't tough.
Who kicked the first goal?
Did you?
Yes, I did, mate.
Yeah, well, the Demons got rid of him, Brownie. They went on to win the game anyway.
Terrific. Great to have you down here, Beasley.
Get on with it, will
Now,
you?
Gaz, you need to go and get ready. Get on the stretcher because Jim's going to call this one in a minute. We've got a very good teammate of Simon's to come through. Tony Liberatore, who's going to kick us all off. Here he is. That'll live up.
Oh, look at him.
Now, ready, set,
Oh, no.
Libber, hit that button. Off we go, Jim.
Oh,
Over to
we're
you.
off. Gary's on the stretcher. We've got the great trainers there from the Melbourne Footy Club. Through he moves. He's not looking comfortable or happy, the great man. The Melbourne cheers got it there. They've got the Gary posters to make him very welcome. Then we've got the Melbourne mascot joining us, and of course, you'll see him come in the screen in just a second. Yo Gabba is a part of what's going on. David Koch, he's everywhere, Koshy, of course, because he keeps disrespecting Port Adelaide. He's done it. 18 metres. Gary Lyon on the stretcher has gone all the way through. It looked a bit comfortable to me. Brownie. I know, we got the fireworks going off.
Look at Gaz.
Look at him. Hey, it's a good thing he's not close to those flames with all the fur.
Geez, those flames would have lit you up, Gaz.
Your eyebrows would have gone up, Brownie. Would have taken the whole ground down. Hey, boys, I've been a good sport. That is it. No more. We just end the story.
We're showing the vision one more time.
Yep. Hey, Gary. Oh, yeah. There it is. Hey, Brownie, he looked a bit comfortable to me there. It didn't look like it was causing him much distress.
No.
Oh, not a hell of a lot of distress until the fire flames went up and then he jumped 10 feet.
The dog, look at this dog. Come here. Here.
Yes,
all right. And it's been good. It's been good, and it's good fun. It's worth doing. So well done to all the people coming out. And,
He hates it.
That's it.
Hey, Gary, trust us.
What?
We will never see that vision again
Ever.
as long as Bill or myself or Sam are on the Footy Show.
And I've got to get out. I need security on the way out.
Hang on,
Nathan Brown.
Hang around, Jim. He'll sign autographs. He'll love that.
Well done to Brownie. Well done to Gary. Gary will stay and sign autographs as long as you like. We'll be back to wrap up after this.
Welcome back to the Footy Show, and there it is here, the split screen, with the mullet, without the mullet. Tex, which one do you like best?
Oh, I've got to go the one on the right
Yeah.
without a mullet.
And of course, Baggy Blue Time, your first time ever, the 198th panellist. So we've nearly hit 200.
Nice.
And look, Tex, we've sewn in the mullet, mate. So there you go, champ. Well done. Bag in blue. Good on you, Tim.
Well done.
And Joshy boy?
Yep, quick plug. The AFL's Players Association, along with Standard Records, have brought out this CD here, Leaders List. So it's got a track from one player from every AFL club, all our pump-up songs. No, we're not singing. We just put our favourite tracks on there. And I feel like Oprah, because everyone in the crowd tonight is going to get one.
Hey! There we go.
But they go on sale tomorrow, so make sure you get on and buy one. Because all the money is going to the Ladder Foundation, which works with youth homelessness.
All right,
so good
Gibbo.
cause.
Good luck on the weekend. Big game for you against the Cats.
Yeah.
Tex, good luck with the rehab. Great work tonight. 60,000 for leukemia. Jackie Boy, bad luck on Saturday, but otherwise great seeing you. Superstar Coleman medalist and the Force.
Thank you, Jimmy.
We feel for Gary having to be publicly humiliated.
Yeah, not a lot. We don't know.
Now, I'll tell you what we're doing. Make sure you're watching next week. We will be in Perth to greet Shane at the end of his extraordinary journey. So we look forward to seeing you then. Have a good night.